you, Jason. Thank you so much. Good morning. What a great crowd. As y'all know, I'm running for the 6th District Congressional seat. I hope that I can earn your vote, but I want to talk about something more important. Folks, let's not wake up on the morning of April 18th and find a Democrat has snuck in the 6th District or taken the state Senate seat. We need to get out and vote and get energized right now. The Democrats are outpacing us. So if you're not supporting me, support one of these candidates and get out and vote. It is that important. This might be April 1st, April Fool's Day, but that ain't no joke. No, we got to get going. We cannot let the Democrats come in here and steal this seat. So let's go. And folks, let's kick some ass off. Thank you.
So the big question that people ask me is, why are you running? And I am running to save the American dream. You've heard me say before that my grandparents imprinted on me 3 fundamental American values: self-reliance, independence, and personal responsibility. When you watch TV and you see the protests and the results of illegal immigration, it's not the country I recognize. It's not the country I grew up in. I don't think it's the country you grew up in. Our country has drifted so far from those 3 fundamental American values. It's time for a change. It's time for us to swing that pendulum from the left back to the right. When you saw President Trump speak to the joint session of Congress, you saw him grow into that role, and he outlined 22 promises. There's not a single one of those promises I disagree with, and I suspect there's not a single promise you disagree with. It's time to get behind our president. The American people want something different. They're tired of politics as usual. They're tired of the way business gets done in D.C. They want something different. They want an outsider. I've spent 30 years in business, been on the management team of multi-billion-dollar companies, and have a startup in Alpharetta. What you saw with the healthcare business is failure by the establishment. They resisted and are trying to thwart President Trump's agenda. Quite candidly, you're going to see that play out in this race in the 6th. And I am sure you guys have seen some of the ads, the attack ads on me. Make no mistake, that's a misrepresentation. Signs are not allowed in my neighborhood. Don't believe it. You're going to have a choice between establishment and outsider. And I suggest that's what it's going to boil down to. When all else was on the line, other than this man right here who's been carrying the baton for President Trump for a long, long time, I was the only candidate that was in the Trump headquarters making phone calls and working hard and doing the heavy lifting to get him elected. Everything else was on the line, and I'll point to one example, and that's the Supreme Court. If we didn't get President Trump elected and ensure that he can nominate the right kind of conservative justice, the firewall, the Supreme Court, was going to be lost. And I was the only candidate fighting hard in the trenches. Our president, and very proud of that. Karen is right. This is going to come down to a choice, and we have got to prevent, how do you say it? Ass off? And the early voting results are disturbing. They are upside down. And it's time for us to change that and get out to vote early and make sure everybody gets out to vote on election day. I'm going to need your help. There's signs out there if anybody wants to take them and put them up in their yard. Thank you.
So we didn't have a timekeeper in the front to show them the stuff, so I guess I have to give all the congressional candidates 3 minutes. But I'll put it up here, and when I stand up, that's your about 5-second warning. So.
Thanks, Jason.
Mohammad Ali.
Good morning, everyone. I am Mohammad Ali, the lightweight. And if you elect me, I'll be the heavyweight fighter for you. And when you talk about American dream, legal immigration, I'm the perfect example. I came to this country in 1986 when Ronald Reagan was president. It took me 14 years of hard work and a lot of John Wayne movies before I became a citizen of this country. And I did it the right way. For example, I support a fair and legal immigration, and we have to have a strict border control, unlike the Democratic opponent who is promoting free border, which is dangerous for our security.
That's right.
And I'm a strong proponent of national security and national defense as well. My wife and I have been married for 30 years. We have a grown son who is very successful. So God has given us plenty. This country has given us plenty. We are grateful. And the simple reason I'm running is because it's my turn to give back. I want to give back to the country that took me in, give back to the friends and family in the 6th District. And some of the issues, we have to keep our promise that we made to our seniors. We must do that, and there are easy ways to fix that politicians are not telling us. We have to get rid of these career politicians. We need to elect people who have appropriate qualifications. They talk about fiscal responsibility, they talk about $20 trillion debt. They have no idea what they're talking about. As a PhD in economics and a long time working in those areas, I understand what needs to be done. As a professor of entrepreneurship, I have helped, and a consultant, I have helped thousands of students and small businesses to become successful. So I know the difficult issues that we face in the small business area. So we need to do that. We have to be responsible. As a hunter, I support the Second Amendment. And if you look at my history of giving back, I have been giving back. The leadership Georgia selected me back in 1986 as a recognition of my giving back. Atlanta Business Chronicle named me as one of the 100 influential Atlantas in 2014. 2015, Georgia Magazine named me as one of the 100 notable Georgians as a recognition of my giving back to the community. So it is in my blood to give back, and that is the simple reason I'm running. And I need your support and vote on April 18. I'm the only candidate who can beat John, I'll say the right way, Ossoff, because he's relying on a lot of the votes that I have access to, and I'll have a great argument. In addition to the Republican votes, I'm the only candidate who will be accessing Democratic, Independent, Libertarian, Green Party votes. So please support me on April 18. Thank you so much. God bless you. God bless you.
Thank you very much. And next, Bruce Levell.
Good morning, how we doing? Oh my God, come on, how we doing? All right, where are the Trump people at? Shout out to Jason, brand new chairman. I know how you feel, I've been there, brother. He's over there like, am I doing okay? You're doing awesome. I know how he feels. I was a former chairman at Gwinnett GOP, and I can tell you the best part is being a former GOP, sir. But no, seriously, the party is the pulse of who we are as Republicans. I started when I was 18. I volunteered for Ronald Reagan, and I haven't looked back. We're not perfect, but we are a great republic. Can I get a witness on that? Yeah. But I will give you some friendly advice how to be a successful chairman. As I look around in here, we do have a Republican president. His name is Donald J. Trump, correct? As I look around here, where's the picture of our president? Okay. All right, thank you, Jesus. Thank you. I just wanted to make sure I knew where I was at. Thank you. Yes, I can get it sooner, actually. That's why I asked. No, but, and the reason why I say that, guys, is because Hillary won this district. I know everybody had their Rubios, their Kasichs, But my hopeful, and you guys trusted me to be your 6th congressional delegate for the national delegate. I was there, fighting for Georgia, and we won. Had we not got President Trump, this crowd would be totally different today. So I want everybody to come together. You know, it's time. Because we didn't come together, guys, when he became the nominee. Y'all know what I'm talking about. And how you come together as Republican leadership, you're gonna need to know this. When you throw a, quote, Republican event, that means all Republicans are invited. Don't pick and choose. Don't pick and choose. Don't pick and choose, like this girl. We're all Republicans. We all have to be heard in all debates. Not select ones you want. That's how you grow the party. Am I right? That's how you grow the party. You don't pick and choose. You pick and choose, you have an appearance looking like the establishment. Now guys, am I right? When I started this campaign, I started with $0. We're cash flowing, we're on time, my debts are paid, my vendors are paid, we got cash in the bank, all my staff are paid, am I right? Without special PACs, special interests, no lobbying, I disavowed all PACs, I won't take any special money, I put it in writing. I wish all the other Republican candidates would do that. That says a lot. Then they can't own you. I know the president very well. Like Bob said, I was there from the beginning. I traveled with Corey Lewandowski. He threw an event for me the other day. We had some great brotherly love talk the other day. But that relationship with the infrastructure that we have, the president's going to spend $1 trillion on infrastructure. I was board chairman at MARTA. I started the community improvement district in Gwinnett. Small business owner, I'm very well qualified. And what I bring to the table is that personal relationship with the president and that entire White House staff, that I can fight for those dollars that come back to Atlanta with the worst, largest traffic jam in the nation. That's what I can bring. And nobody owns me except Jesus Christ. I end on that.